We begin with Asia, where Thailand has said it is taking action to expel Cambodian forces from its territory on Tuesday. Now, this comes as renewed fighting, in fact, spread along the disputed border, with Cambodia's defense ministry, meanwhile, has said that 2 civilians had been killed overnight, now taking its death toll with that to at least 7 in the current conflict as it stands. And as we get you this bulletin, viewers, meanwhile, Thailand has said at least three of its soldiers have lost their lives in the fighting. They've been killed in the fighting with neighboring Cambodia. Now, each side, viewers, has blamed the other for the clashes, which have in fact derailed a very, very fragile ceasefire brokered by US President Donald Trump just a couple of months ago at that. The Thai Navy has said Cambodian forces had been detected inside its territory, and it also highlighted military operations were launched to expel them. For our viewers just joining in, the escalation between Thailand and Cambodia has reached a new high, with Thailand in fact saying it is taking action to expel Cambodian forces from its territory on Tuesday. Now, the announcement from Thailand comes as renewed fighting has spread along the disputed border area. Once again, some 800 kilometers of border area for perspective for our viewers. Meanwhile, Cambodia's defense ministry has said that 2 civilians have been killed overnight in the Thai shedding, taking its death toll to at least 7 as things stand right now. Meanwhile, Barbara Keleman, Asia head of Dragonfly Intelligence, joins us live from Singapore. Thank you so much for taking the time, Barbara. My first question to you here, how has the situation really devolved since last week's landmine face-off we saw at the UN in Geneva, and more specifically in the past 24 hours? Now, what are both the sides contending right now?
Yes, thank you for having me. So what we've seen over the past 48 hours is a substantial escalation. Over the weekend, there have been a number of exchanges along the border. And yesterday, we saw significant escalation in the form of airstrikes by Thailand. Now, we see that Thailand is claiming that the current exchanges have been provoked by Cambodia in the form of provoking some of these, whereas Phnom Penh claims that this is not true and Thailand is the aggressor.
Right.
Today, we are seeing that the escalation has entered the second day, and we are seeing reports of several exchanges at the various points along the border. And Thailand has also accused Cambodia of using military rockets firing into its territory.
You know, as we've seen, this fragile peace deal brokered by Donald Trump has just disappeared, much like the morning mist does. And there's been no reaction, speaking of Donald Trump, from Washington, who had in fact brokered the initial ceasefire to begin with here. Now, with tempers running high on both the sides, as we've seen, in the absence of a mediator more so. How long till this realistically, becomes an all-out conflict consuming the entirety of both the countries here?
Mm-hmm. So that's correct. We've seen Thailand confirm that they haven't been directly contacted by the U.S. yet, but we've seen some reports earlier today that suggested that U.S. senior officials said that President Trump has made some remarks in regards to the situation. So we will see if there is any type of coordination or cooperation throughout today. Now, when it comes to broader war, that current indication appears unlikely. This escalation seems to be contained for now in the border areas. And in fact, if we look at the precedent from July, the current pace and even the frequency of attacks seems to be a little bit lower than back then. So we are still yet to see if we proceed with wider escalation in the coming days.
Right. No. This conflict, we've seen the face-off, the landmine face-off in Geneva last week. We also have had a Thai PM, in fact, resigning because of the clip that went viral. Now, in your view, in the absence of any mediator, how exactly could de-escalation be achieved? More so now, the Srinawatra Hunsain family connection, the hotline that was, the back channel dialogue that was going on, that has also been stopped now. So how could de-escalation be achieved, or we could work towards de-escalation in such a volatile situation right now? Barbara.
Yeah, so I would say that the current escalation seems to have, to a large extent, focus on the Thailand's claim that Cambodia continues to lay new landmines. Now, we don't really have a way to confirm some of these claims or which side triggered the conflict, but if we were to take this at face value, I think that any type of agreement around the landmines could be a potential path for de-escalation. And I think, as we discussed previously, involvement of the US or a broader push by some of the diplomatic channels, either through ASEAN or other regional countries, could also achieve a certain form of de-escalation. However, there is a strong chance that this will continue to remain a regional flashpoint into 2026.
Well, absolutely so. And this also, by the way, provides a unique opportunity for New Delhi to once again consolidate its position as, in fact, the leader and the voice of the Global South there. Thank you so much once again for taking out the time and joining us on this very important broadcast, Barbara.